the truth about Jimmy Garoppolo. Ask you like this. Who was the worst player on the 49ers offense against the Vikings? I mean, it wasn't Trent Williams. Let's go around, right? The worst starter on the Niners offense against the Vikings. It wasn't Trent Williams. It wasn't Laken Tomlinson, even though he had 2 holding penalties. It wasn't Alex Mack. It wasn't Daniel Brunskill. It honestly wasn't even Tom Compton. I mean, he was cool. He gave up 1 sack, although Jimmy kind of tripped over himself. And all the Niners' long runs went around Compton's side to the right. I actually think he was one of the better run blockers in this game. I mean, it wasn't Kittle. Kittle was a great blocker in this game, even though he only caught 1 pass. Ayuk had 90 receiving yards. It wasn't Debo. It was the guy who turned the ball over. It was the quarterback. It was Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy Garoppolo was the worst player on the 49ers offense in this game. First drive, he has a 3rd down where he throws the ball into double coverage, almost gets picked. Next 3rd down, does it again, gets picked. Kyle Shanahan chews him out because he just threw the ball into double coverage. He predetermined what he was going to do and threw the ball, should have taken the sack or checked down. So then they spent the rest of the first half like hiding Jimmy Garoppolo and working around him, their highest paid player, their quarterback. And then they win the game because they run for more than 200 yards and he gets credit for making some big throws here and there. Like Tom Compton made some big blocks here and there. Who cares? Is Tom Compton good? Let's be honest about Jimmy Garoppolo. He's a detriment to the offense. Every week, that they win, the last 3 weeks, whenever they win, the game plan revolves around minimizing Jimmy Garoppolo's impact. It's like the coaching staff goes in on Monday or Tuesday, whenever they're doing the game plan, they're like, all right, how can we make sure that Jimmy Garoppolo has as little of an impact on this game as possible? Okay, here's my idea. Hear this out. Let's say 45 handoffs. Let's start there. Let's shoot for 45 handoffs and then mix in, 5 passes behind the line of scrimmage, 10 passes between 0 and 10 yards past the line of scrimmage, and maybe 5 throws up the seam. Nothing deep. Just a bunch of short throws and a lot of handoffs. And let's hope our running backs win the game. That's their game plan every week. And why is that their game plan? If Jimmy Garoppolo was really good, they could win all kind of different ways. And what are his limitations? We talk about he's limited. Yeah, it's not physical. That's the thing about Jimmy. Yeah, he can't move. His feet are so slow, and he doesn't have a super strong arm. But he should be there. It's enough. His limitations that are the reason that he's a detriment to the offense are mental. He can't read defenses efficiently. He doesn't process that information quickly. So what does he do? This leads to 2 things. He'll try to avoid doing it altogether, and he'll predetermine his reads, which leads to interceptions, like the one against the Vikings. That was just a total predetermined pass all the way. I'm throwing it here, even though it's not open. Actually, it's double covered. Now I just do a pick. That's one symptom of Jimmy Garoppolo's poor processing ability. The other one is when he tries to read the defenses, that's where the hesitation comes in. You've seen it. He drops back, and all of a sudden, he freezes. He just stands there flat-footed, and he's like looking around. And then he makes this quick snap throw without his feet aligned, without his back foot cocked and in a power position. He just throws flat-footed. He throw these little snap throws, flat-footed, 5 yards. He airmailed a running back yesterday in the flat over his head. And when he throws like that, when he hesitates, when he's flat-footed and throws, it's all arm. It's all upper body. There's no footwork. There's no lower body engagement. And what does that do? That compromises his velocity and his accuracy. That's why he missed Jeff Wilson Jr. wide open in the end zone against Jacksonville. That's why he was sailing check down passes against Minnesota. He has no footwork. He just stands there flat-footed, confused by what he's seeing, and then just throws these little ducks all wrist, and gets praised for his quick release. Nah, he's a detriment. He doesn't do enough to help the offense. The offense is the running backs carry everything. And he hands off and makes some throws on third down and has some conversions and some picks. He had a pick on third down yesterday. How good was he? It seems to me if your entire game plan is minimize the quarterback, make him hand off, and have him throw a bunch of short stuff, I mean, that'll get you. If your running backs can go for 200 a game, that'll get you through the regular season. But at some point, you're going to lose in the playoffs. The Niners figured that out in 2019. You need higher level quarterback play at some point when you're going against Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen. That's not going to be good enough in the playoffs. So, look, anyway, I'm going to talk about something else in a minute, but I'm just saying the Niners right now would be better off with Mac Jones. If Mac Jones were their quarterback, they'd have a better record. And the difference between Jimmy Garoppolo and Mac Jones comes down to their footwork. Mac Jones isn't athletic. I mean, he's not faster than Jimmy Garoppolo, but he moves his feet in the pie. He moves his feet. Well, he keeps his feet in throwing position. He actually transfers his weight. He has his back foot cocked. He doesn't throw flat-footed, which means even though he has a total macaroni noodle arm, he's accurate. He actually has terrific ball placement. I'm always surprised by Mac Jones. You watch him drop back, you don't see the receivers, he throws the ball, and you're like, there's no way. And then it's been perfect. That's not Jimmy. Jimmy, it makes the guy reach up, reach back, and it's like a 5-yard pass. He's not accurate. And he doesn't see the field particularly well. He hesitates, throws flat-footed. That's the truth about Jimmy Garoppolo. He's a detriment. There's a reason he lost the Super Bowl 2 years ago. You can't just ride your running backs to a Super Bowl victory. No one does that. Can't be done. Not in 2021.